What is up, Minglers? I'm back with another part for King's Quest 2, and it came just in time. We're in the castle now, gonna find this gem, and meanwhile we gotta try to stay away from Kaldor, because he is an undead vampire, and he'll probably for sure kill us if he sees us. So, first we're gonna grab the shovel here.
You take the shovel into your possession.
And it's kind of dark and gloomy in this castle, so let's go ahead and light our candle.
You hold your candle up to the blazing torch. It catches. Your candle is now lit.
Fabulous. We're not going to go up these stairs quite just yet. Go. Nope. Go. Out. You know, you don't really have any sense of urgency, Graham, and I really need you to. Okay, we're gonna go past this dining room and carefully...
The staircase beyond is very dark. Fortunately, your candle provides just enough light to see where you are going.
Carefully go down, because we can fall. And if you try to without a candle, you will fall and die. Okay. Alright.
The thick black cloak that you are wearing hampers your efforts to lift the coffin lid. Try removing the cloak first.
Why are you trying to stifle my game? Why? I look so good in this cloak.
You remove the black cloak again.
Whatever. It's all for the gem. Ugh, rat, gross.
Nervously, you lift the heavy lid of the elegant coffin. You peek into its red satin interior. The coffin is unoccupied, and you feel relief.
Thank goodness. Okay. Let's save. Death certainly awaits us.
As you prepare to look inside the coffin...
King Graham, I presume.
Why is he so short?
There, blocking the only exit from this dismal room, stands the Count. His skin is pale, his eyes jet black. He wears a black cloak nearly identical to the one that you possess.
Front row.
You know me?
Ah, yes indeed. Sister Hagatha alerted me to your arrival, dear king.
Talk?
Desperate to stall for time, you query the Count.
Sister Hagatha, you say? Who is she?
The Count regards you with a suspicious glare.
Though I suspect you already know the answer, Hagatha is a charming mage who does
Charming.
as she pleases in this land.
Are you sure?
Strange. I was not aware a new ruler had been elected.
Do not be foolish. Hagatha has no interest in the politics of this wretched place, nor do I, in point of fact. Death tends to diminish one's taste for power. No, at present, she is interested only in one thing, as am I, your destruction.
Ah!
The Count no longer appears interested in humoring your delay tactics.
Oh no!
Instant, you are flat against the wall. The Count has you pinned so well you can't move a muscle, much less put up a defense. You can feel the Count's iron-cold hand on your throat. You have barely seconds before the inevitable happens.
Okay, well, we're wearing the ring that used to be his. Maybe we can...
Difficulty, you manage to loosen the ruby ring from your finger and drop it to the floor. The Count's eyes dart to it quickly, then flash angrily back to you.
Where did you get that?
The elderly woman who lives in a house to the south of here, near the beach. She gave it to me for helping her.
The Count regards you for a moment. His dark eyes bore unendingly into yours, and you feel as if your very soul is bare.
What do you know of her?
She is not well.
I know. Do you think I am not aware of that?
You are sweating profusely. Hopefully this vampire doesn't find the odor.
Night is the most dangerous of times for my mortal family. I have kept constant vigil over my wife for many years, so that from the darkness, no harm would come to her. When her time comes, we will be together forever.
I think tonight will be the night. I have seen her this very eve. I did what I could to help her, but I do not think it was enough.
That was easy.
As you watch the giant bat fly out of the room, you realize with dread that the Count has confiscated your crucifix. Without it, you are trapped in this castle. Now, what are you going to do?
How in the world did I have known that? I call some bull there. But if it wasn't super obvious already, Caldor is the husband and the ruler that the old woman was talking about, so they were husband and wife. Possum is his granddaughter. I feel like they made that super obvious earlier, but in case you missed it, that's what's going on.
You peer into the ornate coffin. Finding it unoccupied, you see that the interior is lined with shiny red satin.
Here we go.
At long last, you have located the final gem, the Death Gem.
Take it.
You breathe deeply, reach out, and take the stone in your hands. It is ice cold to the touch, but you don't care. This is the last thing you need to unlock the door of destiny. Now all you have to do is get out of here.
Alright, guys. There's no catch to this, right? Absolutely none at all. It really was just that easy to get it. Ah, sorry. Clicked outside the window by accident. Okay, we gotta find a way out of here. Let's go up these stairs now. There's gotta be a way out. Okay, window.
Seeing no other possible escape route, you climb onto the ledge and carefully lower yourself outside, hoping to find a decent foothold. It is a long way down.
Oh boy. Okay. Easy does it. Easy does it. 1 inch at a time. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh no.
Suddenly, you hear a switching noise in your ear. It's joined by 2 others. You instinctively try to brush whatever it is away, but in doing so, lose your hold on the bricks and fall backwards.
Ah!
Time slows as you fall, and your world turns black.
Well, game over. Oh man. You guys okay after that? I don't mean the fall, I mean the song. Are you okay after that? Because I'm not.
Our guest has awoken, my love.
Ah, good evening, dear king. I do not believe we have been properly introduced. I am Count Caldor, former lord of the realm of Colima. May I present my wife, Countess Lavidia?
A pleasure to see you again.
In gratitude to you for alerting me to my wife's grave condition, I took the liberty of preparing you a dish. I thought you might be hungry after your harrowing adventure at my window. You will forgive us if we do not join you. Our tastes differ from yours, do they not, my darling?
You shudder to think what different tastes actually means, but for some reason you note that you can no longer hear any rats squeaking in the distance.
Indeed, so much to become accustomed to.
You shall have all the time that the world has to share to grow accustomed to such things. Well, perhaps 30 years. Should the father locate the item by then, there might not be enough world left for anyone afterwards.
Uh-oh.
Has this father to do with why you frequently went abroad, always with that cloak of yours?
Most certainly. But I think that my affiliation with him and his association has come to a close.
That's good.
My obligations to them took me away from my beloved too often. I do not wish to repeat that mistake.
You are forgiven, my love.
Their attention, which seemed to have wavered momentarily, now redirects back to you.
Well, well, well. What to do with this one?
What were you going to do with him?
Kill him. I had quite clear instructions from Hagatha, who had apparently received them from the father himself.
But if you are not, as you say, affiliated with his association anymore,
They both share a knowing smile.
tell us, King Graham, why are you here in Colima?
You take a deep breath, trying to ignore the fact that you are the only one capable of doing so. Relate your story of the vision in the magic mirror and your quest to find the 3 gems of nature. The Count and Countess exchange cryptic.
They could have just watched my first videos.
Sing the stone.
Oh, there's our title.
Indeed.
Obviously, that was a private joke, as you did not understand it.
How could you not? It's the title of the game.
You search for the one with which you would share the rest of your life. On that I cannot fault you, nor on your intentions here. Therefore, I can forgive the trespassing. However, there is the matter of the dark gem you wish to remove from my castle.
Hey, that's my gem. Give it back.
I place a deal before you. I am looking for a magnificent sapphire-encrusted tiara. It is a valuable family heirloom and has been on this estate for centuries. This castle and its estate are old, though. It could be virtually anywhere, in any number of hiding places. I suspect there are many that even I am not aware of. I wish to present this tiara to my wife as a gift to commemorate the eternity we shall spend together. If you can find it and bring it to me before sunrise, then I will give you the gem you seek and your freedom.
You nod, unable to believe that you have virtually been ushered away from death's door just so you can run an errand for a couple of vampires. You do not want to think about the consequences if you fail to meet the deadline.
Okay. Let's save, because that was a lot of talking.
Pardon my asking, but as the Countess of this realm, I presume you have lived in this castle before now?
Yes, that is so.
Then how did you come to live in that old house by the sea?
After my husband died, I continued to live in the castle for a time. I watched my newborn son grow into a man, marry, and have a child of his own.
Possum.
Yes. Shortly after her birth, however, my son and his wife both befell a tragic end at the hands of...
The Countess looks pained and appears unable to continue.
I apologize if I have caused you to relive your grief.
A vampire cannot truly feel grief, but perhaps my wife still recalls hers. I shall continue for her, if you so wish.
This story seems to have affected her in some way. You decide not to query the Countess further.
Yeah, let's hear the rest.
Please, if I may know, how were your son and daughter-in-law lost to you?
They were slain by the Brotherhood.
The Brotherhood?
You have met them at the church.
Your mind reels, so that is the connection.
Well, yeah, we kind of knew that.
Why would the Brotherhood kill your heirs? Oh.
As you have just guessed, the Brotherhood wish an end to the reign of my family. Why else would they give you the means to penetrate my domain, so that you could do their dirty work for them?
The cross key.
Exactly. Stolen from me through stealth, and their own brand of magic. The Counts of Colima have all descended from a single bloodline. We have always been partial to change, as opposed to the stagnating status quo of the Brotherhood. Over the last few decades, the Brotherhood have tried to dispose of my family as best they could. That which I am now was brought about by them. They were the ones who set the monstrous, infected bat upon me. Long have I cursed my ineptitude. I should have used magic to defend myself.
Do not be so hard on yourself, my dear. I remember that night well. That hideous creature gave you no chance.
Perhaps. But I should have awoken from my dark sleep sooner. Then I would have been able to protect our beloved son and his wife, and you would not have been forced to flee the castle, to live out your days in that wretched old house under a false identity.
It was not so bad a time. Dear little Possum loved it. I hope she will be as happy in her new home. She has a new life now, with no reason to fear any more.
This Brotherhood. Are they real monks?
They were once, but something happened to them. Local folklore would have you believe that Weirwood Forest is a host to certain entities, spirits of the wild they are called.
And what of them?
I believe the monks encountered these spirits. What occurred specifically is beyond anyone's knowledge but their own. But it is evident that the men were given the ability to transform themselves. Unfortunately, their minds were apparently transformed also. They began to believe they were destined to rule, and since have presented great danger to myself and my family.
So the danger you face is not a result of some decades-old feud?
Not at all, dear king, though history will likely reflect such. But, to answer your question, the members of the Brotherhood are no longer the goodly monks they once were. They do not represent their fellow brethren well.
So, I have until just before sunrise to retrieve this tiara?
That is correct.
And if I am unable to before that time?
The Count's eyes glint red as he looks directly into your own.
For your own sake, I shall hope that you are successful.
You bravely suppress a shudder. It seems clear that you are not off the hook yet. The Count has nothing more to say to you at the moment. The Countess has nothing more to say to you at the moment.
Whew, okay, lots of exposition, but it explains a lot of the backstory of what's been going on between the monks and Caldor and his family.
You see a young woman sitting on the dusty floor. She has a book in her lap entitled Little Red Riding Hood.
I wish I could read this story.
Hello?
Pretty words.
The book tells the story of a young girl who met a wolf in the forest.
The young woman's head snaps up. Her black eyes drill into your own. You gasp as you realize you are looking at yet another vampire. Just how many has the Count made tonight?
2. He's made 2.
Transformed from hungry to, fortunately, pleasant recognition.
So you are the guest of my grandfather's house. I was hoping I would meet you again.
The woman is startlingly beautiful, but in an eerie, unnatural way. You find yourself unable to speak for a moment. She does look somewhat familiar, but from where?
Oh, my handsome gentleman does not recognize me?
Should I?
You remember the basket, the soup?
With a start, you recognize the young woman. She's grown and matured considerably since you last saw her. The little girl, Possum, has been transformed completely into this. She has traded her small ruby cloak for a dazzling satin robe of the same color.
Are you unhappy with my appearance?
No.
This is getting
it's just
weird.
that you have me at a disadvantage. I do not know your real name.
Anastasia.
A beautiful name.
Yes, 'twas one of the few things my parents left me before they died. They're probably buried somewhere on this island, as a matter of fact. What do you seek here?
You explain your so far unsuccessful attempt to locate the tiara. The young woman looks thoughtful for a moment, then suddenly snaps her fingers. A discarded pile of books shift aside from the floor, and a single black book is revealed underneath. She appraises the black book with indignant incomprehension, then holds it out towards you. You take the book from Anastasia's hand.
I do not suppose that has anything to do with it, but it must be about something important.
Okay, well, let's read it.
You open the book and are surprised to discover not pages, but a hollowed-out section in which sits a silver key. The key's handle resembles the shape of a sleeping child. There also appears to be something written on the back cover of the book.
Let's see.
In the hollow, you can see that the inside back cover has been written on. Some words have been scrawled onto the paper. They are faded, but still mostly legible.
Okay. So, I already know that from what I need to do, I'm not going to be able to look at this. So I'm going to take a picture real quick with my phone. Okay, so it says, if you treasure you seek dear to my heart, Tales of Fiction is where you must start. Find first the beauty with stepsisters 2, then visit the huts that the big bad wolf blew. The girl with no flock will usher your way to the little old man who spins gold out of hay. Those 2-star crossovers shall be your last guide, that lead you to riches that pirates did hide. What you earnestly seek shall now truly be yours. Get it part wrong and you'll be greeted by maws.
The writing scrawled on the back cover reads,
yeah, I already read it, so. Too late, narrator. Get on my level. Does she have anything else to say?
The book contains instructions, but instructions pertaining to what, I wonder?
Read it to me.
You do so.
Why, it's the bookcase, silly. It tells you how you'd find a book from there. You have to simply follow the directions. I am sure you will figure it out.
What is Moz?
Ugh.
It will not bother me, seeing as how I am not at all appetizing to him. You, on the other hand, would be precisely his cup of tea.
Anastasia's face lights up suddenly.
If you want, I can make you like me. That way, you'd be safe.
It would have sounded to you like a generous, innocent suggestion from a sweet girl if it did not involve large losses of essential bodily fluids on your part.
Why do you put it that way?
Politely decline the offer.
Thanks anyway?
You have nothing else to say to Anastasia right now.
Okay, so this is the bookshelf that she went to in the back. So let's go back here and let's look to the eye icon. So the first one said, first find the beauty with stepsisters 2. So that must be Cinderella, which I think might be on this third shelf somewhere. Try and look for Cinderella. Ah, here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna switch to the hand, press it in, switch back to the eye so I don't click anything else by accident. Then visit the huts the big bad wolf blew. So looking for the 3 little pigs, which I think might be on this bottom row? I can't remember. Ah, 3 little pigs. There we go. Okay. Let's see. The girl with no flock will usher your way. So Little Bo Peep, which I think is on the 2nd shelf, possibly. Ah, Little Bo Peep. Okay. And so Little Bo Peep is going to usher our way to the little old man who spins gold out of hay. That is Rumpelstiltskin. You should remember him from the first King's Quest game. He was actually a character in there. Okay. Let's see, those 2 star-crossed lovers shall be your last guide. So star-crossed lovers are obviously Romeo and Juliet. I know that the Shakespeare plays are up here. Okay.
Has appeared on the 3rd shelf down.
And this is the new book.
You've located the correct book. You pluck it from the shelf and read its title, Treasure Island. What is this? There seems to be a lock binding the cover shut. The keyhole requires a small, thin key.
Woohoo! We did it! Alright. So, let's unlock it now with the key that we have.
The key fits perfectly into the lock. You turn it and hear a soft click. The book is now open.
Okay, let's read it.
Skimming through the book, you find that a map has been sketched onto the last page. Close scrutiny reveals it is a top-down layout of the castle and its surrounding grounds. According to this, the tiara has been buried near one of the graves. You shudder, hoping that this is not going to be a case of digging all night while trying to avoid unearthed zombies. There is also a small piece of writing near the bottom. A date of fate can be found with a 1st, a 2nd, and a double of nothing. You have nothing.
Okay. Alright, let's go out to the cemetery.
I wish only one thing as payment for helping you find that book.
Of course.
Would you be so kind as to take this bracelet and place it on my mother's grave? I believe she wanted me to have it while I was alive. Now, it seems no longer appropriate to keep it.
I don't know why.
I must retire now. It will not be long before sunrise. Good night, Graham.
Good night, Anastasia.
Okay, so now we have this bracelet. Oh, keep going. Okay. Alright guys, hate to end it here, but we are almost at 30 minutes, so I'm gonna cut it off. That's gonna be it for me for now. Peace out. I'll see you later.